I'm Miss Buchanan, so this is the tour of my world. I've been working on this world for, I believe its 3 or 4 year anniversary is coming up now, which is absolutely mind-boggling to me that I've had this world for that long, and I've worked on it for that long. Right here, these are the original 3 builds. There used to be a build right here, but it's been moved out of the way. So we have Castlegate Apartments. This is my first ever build with keys to the rooms. If we come in here, you actually have like a path, and these are the rooms. One thing I've taken massive amounts of pride in this entire world is every single building I made. First off, every single building I've made myself has some form of working plumbing. So right here is a toilet, not a good one, but a toilet that actually functions. It has a pool and a little hot tub out here. Right here is my first attempt at a grocery store. It didn't turn out great, but here's more bathrooms, like more plumbing. Nothing too crazy, just simple redstone. And then a McDonald's. I think this road has like 7. Again, another bathroom, not really a good one with windows. Got the high seats here, the deep fryer, just a general kitchen area. I guess we'll just branch off from here. This was not the first church I ever built. I actually used to have a church right here, but I got rid of it and carved through it with a river, tried to give the world more definition, which I really liked. Yeah, this is the church now. I really like how this came out, and this actually is one of my quicker builds to do. It didn't take a whole lot of time to build this. We have the choir section and a big bell up top. Windows are shaped like crosses. I put these spikes in with a big cross in the front, and of course we have a big cross out the back. This is my friend Ian's house. I built all my friends a house, and this was his. I actually haven't come in here. Like, this is my first time in here since I built this house, so kind of cool. Little gaming setup, not a great one. Oh, and then garage. This is my attempt at a light fixture, and it doesn't look good at all. Here's the little ice skating rink. Got this from patron saints nothing. I was like, man, I need one of these in the world. Not sure what happened here. So we have a prison here, or I guess a corrections facility, not a prison. Here's the main area you can communicate with the prisoners. Here's the cafeteria. One of my favorite touches to the cafeteria is if I can get in here, if I could get in here, there we go, is actually the addition that all these lights I have rigged up to this one light switch, and that took a long time just trying to figure it out. I'm actually gonna set today so I can actually see and explore and tell you everything about the world here. These are the cells, nothing too crazy about them. Each cell is identical. Yeah, I try to go with a theme no real uniqueness in here. A basketball court with an outside area and a guard tower. Ironically enough, right next to the prison is a bank. Yeah, and the bank doesn't look terrible. It's not really great, but it doesn't look terrible. There we go. Remembered my combination. And then this one is that one. So yeah, not a great bank by any means, but it is something that I've worked on. And you'll see, like, you can definitely tell what I built first and what came later. This is a later build. I guess from here we'll just start branching off. Here's the town hall that I built. Again, a lot of these buildings I decorated on the inside, but they're not hugely decorated. Little meeting area, chandelier, and like the mayor's chair. Again, not really too highly decorated, but still decorated. There used to be houses here. I had them removed to make way for more structures. This is another apartment complex that I have the first floor done. It's going to reach up to there. This is a tower. Don't know what it's for. I just thought it'd be cool to have a new tallest structure because the hotel right over there used to be the tallest structure. To one up it, I made sure this more than doubled that height. Again, more houses were here, but I removed this. This is going to become another bank. I had the feeling one bank was just not enough. Here's another store. This one's definitely better. This was more for like a Walmart. You know, you got your clothes, your refrigerators, general groceries. Over here is actually a museum, and this was my brother, or I guess my sister's boyfriend's first house, which I had transferred to the museum, and this is exactly how it looked. So I was like, man, I gotta transfer it. We got some paintings here, some like cool looking blocks. Yeah, just a lot of really dumb paintings, but really cool. This is really just built for space, to take up space. That was its entire point. This was supposed to be a corrections facility, but then it turned into a school. What's the difference? So here's the cafeteria, library, classroom. It's a very small school. Like, it's not built for a lot of people. There's 2 classrooms and a cafeteria in the entire building. It's not very massive. Right here is a cemetery. Not a whole lot to it, just a lot of like detail work here. There are mausoleums marked. This was personally for me. I don't know, I just thought it was kind of cool to add in like personal touches to the world. I have a map of the entire world right here, in case you want to look at that. This little green blip is actually where you are on the map, which I thought was a really cool touch. So yeah, I guess we'll just work this way and then double back. This is a train station I built. Again, there's a McDonald's inside. It's not a great McDonald's, but there's a McDonald's inside. You know, you gotta get food while you wait for your train. This is a train I built, and a really cool detail I didn't notice until I was actually done with it is all these smokestacks actually go in the same direction. They go over there, which I didn't notice until I built everything. Parenthesis on everything. Because this world is still being worked on actively. But yeah, here's the train, and the train track actually stretches all the way over there. We'll get to that later. This used to be a college, but since I don't really like thought it was too small for a college, I decided to make it into a preschool because I thought like the size is actually really perfect for a preschool. So I built in a playground and even a little roller coaster here, so I can like ride the roller coaster here. Yeah, I put this in. I thought it was a really cool touch. Yeah, nothing too crazy. It's seriously just a small dumb ride, but I thought it was cool. Here's the slide. Again, small touch, not too crazy, but I thought it was cool. I actually did this river so I could have more definition on the roads, because I didn't like how everything was just like this, just flat. So I did this for more definition. Kind of the same reason for this highway here. And you'll notice there's like a sudden increase right here. It's because I miscalculated the height of the train and the smoke. So I wound up having to like make it a lot bigger. Here's a baseball stadium. Again, this is another project that's still actively being worked on. I need to add that to my list of to-do projects, and I can't find that list right now. But yeah, here's a baseball stadium. It's decorated. We have the box down here with bats. You know, it's a nice baseball stadium. I can show you it at night too. It's actually kind of cool at night. Yeah. So at nighttime it like all lights up like this, and it's really cool. Here's the football stadium. Personally, I enjoy football a lot more than baseball, but to each their own, I guess. Each field mark is lined down that, and that part took a lot of time to mark out each area. Yeah, I guess continuing from here, we have a amusement park, which there is plans to remove this amusement park, move it over there, and open this area up for something, or just renovate this amusement park and then build another one. We have a mountain range, again, add more definition to the world. This is actually done by pouring lava over trees, then turning said lava into stone. Really long process, but it does produce some nice shapes for mountains. I suppose continue on. Right here we have a movie theater. See a popcorn machine, drinks. And if we come in here, actually, this is a really, really nice touch. Control room. That switch controls solely the control room, which is personally one of my favorite touches to this place. Is like each of these switches is their own designated area. Lobby has its own switch, and the theater has its own switch. Not sure what switch goes to these. I think it's. I mixed up my redstone. Yeah, I'm not sure where goes these actually. But right here we have a little camera, and we have redstone torches down below just to add more like lighting in here, so it's not completely pitch black. Yeah, that's all for the theater. Not a whole lot of detail. This is my friend Andrew's house. He built this a while ago and he hasn't been back on the world, but since it's been here for so long, I won't remove it. I physically can't. Oh, another small feature is we have like a subway system that like darts under most of the city. That's still on my project list. Right here is a house. It's under construction and it's meant to stay like this. I just like the look of the scaffolding looking like rebar and like uncompleted pillars. I just like that. Here's a firehouse. Not real bright, not real nice looking, but you know, it gets the point across. You know, you got the kitchen, housing, and the fire pole. Come out here and here's the garage for the fire trucks. Get to that later. And a hospital. There's 2 hospitals in the entire world. This one was a much earlier build, and it does not look nice, but it's that same thing as like it's been grandfathered in. It's been here for so long, I won't change like the general look of it for how long it's been here. This is an operating room. Yeah, with how long it's been here, I won't change how it looks. If I do, it's a small change. These have actually been implemented recently. You might recognize, I believe it's this design right here for the house I used in my book, like the world for the book. It's because I took the inspiration from these houses. And same as in the book, all these are done, or actually no, not even in the book. All these are done with like snow pillars and like stacking them to make shapes like a couch. Not a functional bathroom, but a nice looking bathroom nonetheless. You see, I started getting like lazier with redstone. This is a living room, and we come over here. You have the master bathroom. There's not a whole lot of stuff here. This house is really not too nice. This is more one of the earlier houses I built, but it gets the point across. And interior decorating is not really what I'm good at. We have this house here. It's in very odd shape. Looks like it's out of a Dr. Seuss book. Oh, and this is the railroad track. As I said, we'll get to it. This stretches all the way from over there all the way back to here. Really, it's like a small detail, but it's a cool detail nonetheless. Here we have the. I'll explain that later. This is a kitchen with direct access to the porch, and I only did this because originally, because of the fact that there's no way to actually get over here without just dropping off that ledge. That's not really safe. No, it's not. I don't care about safety. This is a little bedroom with a couch. Master bedroom, again, not really too good, the whole interior designing. Actually, no, up here is master bedroom and stuff. So this is the master bathroom. This is one of the nice ones I've built. This is the master bedroom. I don't know why I made the color, like the carpet, so colorful in here, but I did, and it's a decision I'm living with. Oh, and a little dock or a balcony with a like tiki bar supposed to be, and sun chairs, and another deck right here. It's a 2-deck house. It's nice. This is another house. I don't really think I'll ever really build anything in here. This is more for someone else to build inside of if they want to. And this is the house that took the longest out of all of them. This definitely looks the nicest on the inside. We have like a dining room and kitchen set with ventilation for the oven. Oh, I'm now realizing, talking about ventilation, I didn't even show like the entirety of this house right here. So I'm pop down here. This is a little study area. Again, nothing huge. General bathroom technically, and this is just that's what this is. This is a blast furnace, but if you put it like that, it looks like a vent, and I think it looks really cool. I'm also just now realizing I could just do this and not have that. Just Jay chilling on my there you go. That looks a lot better. Yeah, it looks like a vent. So I really like that. And once again, it's small alterations like that that aren't really breaking my grandfathered rule. And if I come in here, my headset's going to die, so I might have to start using chat. You have a garage, the door, bathroom with a detailed mirror, kitchen, dining room. There's no basement in this house, unfortunately. Didn't really see a need to. Study, second master bedroom, guest bedroom, and fun fact about this house, it actually caught fire. I don't know how. I think lightning struck it somewhere and it just burnt. Oh no, I remember what happened. My cousin blew it up with TNT, and I've not let him back in the world since, because it took me a month to repair all the damage he did. This is another bathroom, again detailed. Second master bedroom with a hallway. I did this just for I don't know why I did a hallway. I just thought it looked cool, which I still think it does. Third master bedroom with a second master bathroom. There's a lot of master bedrooms in here. A literal bathroom. I thought it was funny. Another guest room. A balcony with a barbecue. If we come up here, we have an attic. That's all. Like that's literally it. There's nothing real special about it. So just an attic. Little plants on the windows was a nice little touch my grandma suggested. And I have these lights here just so it's not completely pitch black. Continue on, we have the farmhouse here. Which, it's a small house. I was actually going to live here for a while, but decided against it. Here's a barn with storage up above. Yeah, there's nothing in the chest. Storage up above, and yeah, real simple. This is when I let people in the world and I said, hey, if you're going to build, make sure it doesn't impede on other structures. This did, and I had to move it. So I don't really let a whole lot of people in the world. And I was also mad because like he could have fit that there. He could. I would have happily just moved this rather than have that just impeding. Jesus. Here's a hotel. This was the original tallest standing structure, standing at 50 blocks tall, 55 blocks tall, somewhere around there. It's massive. You know, it's a pretty big tower. All the rooms are fairly identical. So you get up here, I believe up here is or the top floor is like just one room and it's a nice room. Never mind, they're all literally the exact same. Up here is an attic. You really can't get up here. There was plans for someone to be able to get up here, but never really got through to that, so now it's really just a space. If you do get up here, you can come up here and you can look out this window and be creepy, because you know every horror movie has some person just staring out of a giant window. Here's some balconies on the hotel. This is a criminal building. I figured if there's a town, there has to be crime. Otherwise, I would have a prison. So, all the rooms here are the exact same. I made it look like crumbling and old. It's a little garden area. You can use your imagination. Here's a truck. The truck is supposed to be massive and armored, as you can see, and it's nice. You know, this whole area is like fenced off, and it's not really meant to be accessed by the public, but criminals, you know, don't really care about the rules. Continue on. Here's more houses. These are small, like insanely small houses, but I went for a more modern look. They didn't turn out well. Haven't gone for it since. This is a mall. Once again, I could have used all of this for the patron saints world, but really didn't want to like do anything to this world, like have to build a separate area. And I wound up thinking it'd be easier just to build a whole other world. It wasn't. I don't know why I thought that. Here's another movie theater. I guess it's supposed to be like a dinner theater. I don't know. Yeah, it was supposed to be a dinner theater, and it looks nice enough, you know. You know, over here we've got a general shop, villager. We've got a furniture store. I don't think these actually have anything in them. This one does. This one has stuff in it. This one does not. Here's a rec center I built. And if I actually go in the rec center, which I will, I'm doing a full world tour. This is a 23-minute video. Jesus. You have a treadmill, bench press. I'm gonna try to pick up the pace a little bit. Locker room or shower, I guess. Basketball court, and right off the basketball court is a slide into the one thing, the pool. Here's how you get out. Alright. Next up is a military compound. Kind of figured what kind of place it would be if there wasn't a private military protecting it. Makes sense. Here are barracks, not really nice barracks, but they are barracks. Here's a med bay. Here's the colonel's house. Helicopter. I don't know how a cow got in here. That's a breach of security. I'm gonna sneeze. A tank. You know, I got a jet right here. That's pretty much it. It's not really a whole lot. Big runway. Barbed wire all along this. It's cobwebs, but it looks like barbed wire. Little cave. Forested area, which I really like. I like this little forest area. Every so often, if I don't know what to do, I just come here and just walk around. If we actually come over here, you actually enter into the mountain, into this little cave. And it's not a whole lot, but this is just an area that never really got filled with obsidian. I turned it into a mine. And this was actually my hiding spot when I invited people in the world and we play hide and seek. And I hid here. because we could hide anywhere in the world, and the world was a lot smaller. Now it'd be really fun to play hide and seek with someone in here. And then, parkoured up to right here and just chilled. And I literally won because nobody could find me. Pretty sure it's because I was world owner and they were scared I'd ban them. I don't know. Probably. But I still won. And that's always a good feeling. If I come out here, you might have noticed this. This is an eyesore, but it's the same grandfather rule, and I can't do anything about it. It's a little cave my cousin made, and I don't know why he did it, but he did it, and it's grandfathered, and I can't do anything about it. So that's literally everything on, like, from here. It's everything on this side of the world. So now I'm gonna start working on this side. This is a more like smaller side. You've seen the UFOs around. I showed a few of them in the actual video. These will not be staying. I will be removing these as soon as I'm done here. Maybe. I may choose just to keep them because I'm lazy. This is a paintball arena. Not real massive, but I like the touch of paintball. Here's a pet store. It used to be filled with pets, but if you leave your world, they despawn. So once I open the world to the public, and chances are there'll always be at least one person online, then I'll re-put pets in there. This is an auto store, like an auto mechanic. And actually, under the car is like an oil spill. We got a car here, got parts. It's nice. It's a nice little section. Here's a car wash. Yeah, it's a car wash. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. It's pretty much it. These are power lines I want to stretch all over the city. They actually have like cords in between them, and it's really nice. It's a small detail no one really notices, but it's nice. There's a gym that I made. You got bench press, punching bags. It's got a swimming pool, and actually, I don't know if you've ever played Portal, but like this is a really small feature, like small addition to the world, but it's cool. It's a reference to Portal. So I'm gonna grab this. So you have the cake here. So you walk forward. Oh, it's gone, and then bam, the cake is a lie. Oh, a nice little reference to Portal. Let me just get out of here. There we go. Yeah, nothing real crazy about it. This one doesn't have it, but I also have said if someone can find the hidden Easter egg, then I will grant them admin permissions on the world. That cannot go to you. You've now seen it, and it would not be fair. This is a gas station. Really small. Not really meant to be massive. And it's not meant to look like something out of a horror movie. Kind of what I avoided. These are apartments. Very, very small apartments. I really built this in the attempt of getting more housing into the world. If we come out back, there's actually a little pool area. Here's a pawn shop. Yeah, my cousin built a pawn shop. I don't know why. I don't know why he did this with the floor either. Like, this does not look nice. But again, that grandfather feature, can't do anything about it. Here's a really old building, but I knew I had to put in the world somewhere. There's a parking garage. That's not the old building. It's part of the old building. So it's a 2-decker parking garage. You come down here. You got your little walkway. You actually show up in an airport. How the security system works, if you drop something in here, you go through security, so it'll pop out right here. See? That took too long to set up. And then you're supposed to walk to your plane, but then I was like, no, this isn't the 20th century. You can walk through a hallway and climb aboard your plane like that. I determined that was a much better solution. So, yeah. This is the plane. Real small plane. Like, it's a double engine plane. It's not meant to be real massive. This is one of my favorite builds I've ever put in here. This is like a park you can drop your kids off at if like you have to go to work. This is Tiny Town. $5 is 10,000 Tiny Town currency. It's cool. It's a nice little addition to the world. In here, there's actually like a little plane flying overhead. Got clouds, a big sun. Power lines stretch through this whole area. Surprise, surprise. We got 2 houses in this whole world, and they look nice on the inside. This is inspired by Smallville, I think it is, up in Dinosaur Ridge, I believe, and I really liked that place as a kid. And this place heavily was influenced by it. Another small detail about it is if I set the time to midnight, you'll notice the sun actually goes out. And the little like lights that are there for stars stay on. So that's a really cool feature. Same thing vice versa. If I set the time to noon, all lights go out except for the sun. And it's a really cool feature and I like it. I got a little bus stop here. Little prison. Little jail. You know, children are never innocent, so they'll probably do something wrong and have to go to Tiny Town jail. Tiny Town McDonald's, a Tiny Town store, Tiny Town bank, and Tiny Town City Hall. And you got where you'll meet with the mayor of Tiny Town. Elections will be every single day. Yeah, you got your Tiny Town apartments. Didn't want to build them out of stone, but I thought that was the only thing that looked right. And you know, you got Tiny Town Beach, which I do have plans to add like a proper beach into my world since I can now use like fill commands. And a little mountain in here with diamonds. So really nice touch. You know, really, it's small, it's stupid, but I like it, and I really like how this one turned out. Like it was easily my favorite build in the place. You know, walls are decorated and everything. So this was easily one of my favorite builds to ever have in the world. We have a factory here, which I'm going to add another chimney so we can get double like filterage out. Yeah, you got two factories here. Oh, okay, that's part of the news station. Here's another parking garage. Again, same as the other one. But this one, actually, I'm going to show the original zoo. So this is the first zoo I built. Animals unfortunately despawned, except for the brown panda, because of how rare it is. I don't think it can despawn. So the brown panda is still here. Fish are still here. They're stuck. Of course they are. Yeah, all the fish like stay, but this used to be like a turtle enclosure, polar bear, wolves, and llamas. And they despawn. One of my favorite features here was the ability to come up here and actually like look and be in the enclosure. You know, that was one of my like favorite things I've added was the fact that you could like climb up and look around and be in the enclosure with the animal. There's another, I think there was supposed to be one, but never really did anything. Also, llamas just kept jumping off. Like they would come down to here, jump off, and then escape. And that was too difficult to wrangle them back. So I'm pretty sure I have like 3 llamas just wandering the world. We have cabins here. And this is another cool little Easter egg. If you actually come over to this big tree, right, and you look through, it should be something right around here. Let me just run around. I'll find it. Like I know it's here. This is a rather scary Easter egg, not really something you'd expect from Minecraft. Here it is. Yeah, this is an overgrown cabin. Like this is a cabin where, well, let's call it some bad stuff happened in the past. And this is another Easter egg. If you actually walk in, you know, it's like vines are growing through the roof, and you can go through the floor to like a cellar. That's really what this is. As I said, this is another little Easter egg to the world. I can actually show you it. Like I said, this video is gonna be a long time. Like this world's been with me for 3 years, so it's gonna be a while. So back here at the precinct, you have what's called SZ-153 unsolved. You have the weapon used and case SZ-153. So yeah, not a whole lot of details surrounding it. Like all they knew is that it was a domestic disturbance that turned to shots fired, and then the suspect fled. They never were able to apprehend a suspect, but there was a list, but they can never get any concrete evidence and can never hold them in court for it. Cabins I could show, but that's literally gonna drag the video on longer. They're really small, barely decorated. That's it. Here we have the hospital. And inside the hospital, this is a much nicer looking hospital on the inside than the other one. You know, we've got like better looking check-in rooms. Like pharmacist area, operating room, you know, just small areas, you know. This was meant to look nicer but be smaller. Um yeah, we have an ambulance drop off and a helicopter like landing zone, which at nighttime these light up and makes it easier for helicopters to see. Right here we have a zoo. Surprisingly enough, these animals actually didn't despawn, probably because I've been doing a lot of work over here. But these guys didn't despawn. So we have a fox here, and I can actually go inside their enclosures, but I won't just yet. We have parrots here. Parrots are like one of my favorite animals in this game. We have wolves down here. If we watch closely, we can actually watch them like eat. I have an automatic feeder set up for them. So if we just wait just a little bit, there it goes. 3 of them. Yep. So they literally manually like hunt down the animals. This was meant to be a thing of like so the understandable, understandable. So they wouldn't really be too concerned with like losing primal instinct. This is a little jail in case someone starts getting rowdy. It's also used as a med bay, a gift shop. Here's an aquarium, and this has one of my personal favorite touches. Um, you can actually walk with the fish. Like it's really cool. You can walk with these fish. You can, I believe if I come, yep, right over here. If you come over here and you open the door and you pay extra, you can actually swim with the fish, and it's really cool. And I don't mean that in like a mobster sort of way, even though my guy's dressed like it. But no, you can like swim with them, and it's super cool. If you come up above, you got like a turtle enclosure and a gift shop, little salmon area, real small, not a whole lot. This is one of my favorite structures. This is the Hitchin Post. Yep, the Hitchin Post. This is a little restaurant I built. So this is a Hitchin Post. This is a old Western style restaurant, like old West theme. And its whole point is just to look nice. You know, we got a little outhouse out here, pan for gold. You got a little collapsed mine. If you look closely through the mine, you'll actually see gold. You know, it's really cool. This is a mental ward. I'm still working on it. Um, got more housing. Got Taco Bell because my cousin wanted a Taco Bell, so I was like, all right, I'll build a Taco Bell. Um, you have a got the news station I just built. I'll get to that soon enough. Um, you have a radio station right here, and it's not really massive. It's not huge, but it gets the point across. You know, you got a recording booth back there. Got a lobby. Not really massive, but it's there. It gets the point across. You have a school here. This school is massive and it's not even done yet. And this is one of my older builds. And I've had this, like, needed to complete this for such a long time. Um, each floor has individual lighting, individual things. Windows. You got library here, real dark library too at that. Oh yeah, and then there's a fiasco with water, like a water leak. Yeah, not really a whole lot of detail. This still needs to be completed. Alright, so you have the world here, like the school. It's one of the largest structures, and I'm not really going too much detail anymore because I do have to hop off this video soon. News station, individual lighting, that's also how you get to the garage where my horse is parked. Empty room, understandable. Storage room, understandable. Sleeping and generator. And if we come up here, you actually have your new studio that I started the video in, the original one. We have the little like green screen for weather and stuff. Got this for the backdrop and the camera. And the camera actually, like, if you flick this, it's supposed to be on. Camera was supposed to be on when I started, but it wasn't. Don't know why. Got a kitchen and an eating area. And this is actually where lights are controlled at. This is a big satellite dish, and I really like how the satellite dish turned out. To me, it's one of the nicer features. It's meant to broadcast throughout the entire world. And right over here is like my house. I have a little ranch house with a horse stable. I think my horses are still in there. Yep, some of my horses in here. Got a little forest area with a fountain out the back. Really nice area. Got a little temple thing up here. Why? I don't know. I liked how my panda enclosure turned out. Really wanted this here, so I was like, alright, I'll build it here. Trying to think if there's anything I've missed. I'm gonna hit my town map and I can always check really quickly. Shouldn't take me too long to check that. Then this is a poster for the parade of blocks that happened on New Year's. Can't really tell. No, it's not really great. Christmas tree that's been up for like 2 years. And I just won't take it down because it's a lot of work. So I keep it up year round. It's a lot of work. Alright, so I'm gonna look at the map. So we have the mall, criminal station, park, hotel, hospital, housing, firehouse, houses. I don't think there's a whole lot left to show. I still need to update the map for like the news station. So I need to update it for that. Yeah, I don't think there's anything really left to show on my world. Like, it's a massive world. I've been working on this for 3 years. Like, just to show just how long I've had this world for. This was not built by me. This was a original village that Minecraft had. And if I just pop over to Google real quick, I can answer this real quick. So this world is at least 2 years old. Because the Village and Pillage update that updated the villages was 2019. So, this world is officially at least 2 years old, but I know I've had it for a while longer. I believe I even worked on this on 360 and transferred stuff over. I've had this for a while, and for 3 years it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's also 3 years of like doing this stuff on my own and decorating each building inside and out, making everything look decent. Yeah, that's the entirety of the world. This is the first time I've done a video on this. It's 45 minutes, like, of straight recording. And I guess I could show you like the inside of this ship. This is a more detailed mothership. And nothing too crazy. You know, we got lights on the bottom side, lights on the front. It looks like a plane, not meant to be a plane. We have a flying saucer here, just your stereotypical like flying saucer. We'll pop in, give them a flap, and then we'll fly out. You know? And that's how I would go inside these enclosures. I actually didn't. This is not how I get in the enclosures. How do I get in these enclosures? There should be a way. Here it is. Okay. So we'll start with the pandas because I like the panda enclosure. We have pandas in here. Yeah, they have a little shrine, like a little temple, like a little Chinese temple. I like how it turned out. There's bamboo in here for them to eat. Come in here. I built a little fox enclosure, and I made like a knocked over tree log for them to sleep, and they don't. They sleep outside. Little water hole here, and there should be like more foxes around here. I don't know where they're at. I think they're hiding right now, which is fine. Aw. Simon the polar bear despawned. Well, if we were lucky, Simon would be in here. He's the polar bear that inhabits this enclosure. So I'm just gonna, there you go. There's Simon. Simon never left the enclosure. No, Simon's always been there. We got parrots. Yeah, parrots, that's it. Also, I actually get like an exact height on this tower real quick. Yet, being creative and even flying up, it still takes a bit to like fly all the way to the top of. So, 111. That is the Y coordinate for this tower. Is 111 or 110, I guess, is what it's reading now. If I come over to this hotel, it doesn't seem to be too far down. 51. That tower is more than double this hotel's height. Yeah, the apartments. Each floor of this is taking a while, just because of the fact that if I actually like pop down to this floor here, you actually see like these are all like individually lit. Like they'll have their own lighting controls, and that's taking a while. Because I can't just like use my fill commands. I have to make sure all the windows are in place. I have to make sure all the lighting is intact. But I'm halfway done with it, and it's almost done. Just tedious. This is a river. Literally just meant to add definition to the world, add more greenery, make it look nicer. So yeah, that's the entire world. This is a 47-minute video of a tour. If I went into extreme detail, it'd be easily an hour to an hour and a half. Have a good day, Mr. Buchanan.